So now we take up the next topic. What is poverty line? So poverty line, this is the line of reference to know the number of poor in our country. So it refers to a cut-off point, usually in terms of per capita expenditure. Per capita expenditure means what? Per person expenditure, which divides the people of a region as poor and non-poor. Now they have given an illustration. You may go through it on your own. Now the percentage of the population which is below the poverty line is what is known as a head count ratio or poverty incidence ratio. That is the number of persons or the number of people who are below the poverty line. They are known as a head count ratio or the poverty incidence ratio. Now, should the poverty line cutoff be determined in terms of income or in terms of consumption? So we have two ways of measuring the poverty line. One is on the basis of the income and the other is on the basis of consumption. So now, however, if one is to choose between the the consumption should definitely be a preferred parameter than the income. So we take up this one, consumption, how this is the parameter or the determinant to know the poverty line in our country. Now the consumption reflects actual use of goods and services by an individual as well as the type of goods actually used, while income only shows the capacity to purchase. The income may be high, but the capacity to purchase may be very less. Why? Because the prices of the commodities may be very high. So even if the income is high, he may not be able to purchase much. Whereas it may be possible that the income is low, but because the prices of the goods and the services are low, he is able to lead a good life. Now, the data is not available on the distribution of income. Yes, this is one of the major drawbacks if we take the income to be the indicator. Why? Because actual data or the precise data is not available regarding the income which every person is drawing. So, a better way is to know about the poverty in terms of the consumption expenditure. Now coming to how is poverty line fixed in India. Now they have given a procedure. Yes, you may just go through the procedure. Let us talk about in the estimation of consumption cutoff, that is a consumption cutoff, only private consumption expenditure is considered. Private consumption expenditure means what? The consumption which is the expenditure which is made by the people on the purchase of goods and services. In private consumption expenditure, we consider not only the food items but the non-food items as well. Now, for the consumption of the food items, we work out per capita consumption in terms of calories. Yes, the number of calories a person is taking in. Frequency distribution is formed. Everyone knows how frequency table is formed. We have already taken in the 11th class last year. Frequency distribution is formed with different class intervals showing the range of calorie consumption and the level of calorie consumption. Higher class shows higher range of calorie consumption. Now the frequencies are recorded against each class interval. Each frequency then counts the number of heads belonging to a particular consumption class. Everyone knows the meaning of class interval. Yes, and the bars which we take up to add the frequencies. Then finally head count ratio is worked out showing the poor and the non-poor corresponding to the poverty line and the cutoff separately for the rural and the urban areas. Now the ratio shows the percentage of population below the poverty line. Now coming to the fixation of the calorie norms for the rural and the urban households. Yes, so the average calorie consumption, yes, is 2435, 2435 and 2045 respectively for the rural and the urban population. It is more in the rural areas. The reason being what? People are considered to be harder working in the rural areas as compared to the urban areas, and it is considered to be more in the male population as compared to the female. Yes. Then we come to the next one, the interstate comparison. Now, if we talk about poverty is not the same throughout in our country. Some states are better off as compared to the others. Yes. So let us just see what they have given here. The very first is the percentage of population below poverty line is different in different states of India. It is reported to be higher in UP. We are talking about the number of poor is more in UP, Bihar, Odisha, that is Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Manipur, Assam and Madhya Pradesh. In these states it is supposed to be much more as compared to the other states. Like nearly 29.4% of population of UP, you have to remember the data, 33.7% of in Bihar, 32.6 in Odisha and 31.7 in Madhya Pradesh. They are estimated to be living below the poverty line. In Punjab, only 8.3% is below poverty line. It is supposed to be an affluent state because of the rich agriculture. Same way in Haryana, 11.2% are below the poverty line, and in Rajasthan it is 14.7%. Yes, so we are much better off as compared to the other states. Now in this table they have given, yes, the percentage of population below poverty line as per different years in the rural areas and in the urban area. So you remember for the year 72-73, then you can remember for 93-94 and for 2000, this is the latest 2011 and 12. So for 72-73 in rural areas the percentage was 54 below poverty line, in the urban areas it was 42, average was 51%. Talking about in the year 93-94, it was 50.1% in the rural areas, it was 31.8% in the urban areas, and the aggregate was 45.3%. Whereas in the year 11-12, it was 25.7% in the rural areas and only 13.7% in the urban areas, and the average was 21.9%. Yes, of the total population, this is the number of poor in the percentage of the poor in our country as per the latest information. We don't have the information after this because this is on the basis of the census years. 11-12 census has given this information. Now coming to the causes of poverty, the various causes of poverty in our country. Poverty with reference to underdevelopment of the Indian economy. Everybody knows we are in the category of underdeveloped nations in the whole world. The very first reason for the poverty is the low level of national income. The net national product or the national income in simple words is very, very low in our country. As per that, the population is so high, so it means the per capita income. How do we calculate the per capita income? It is the national income divided by the population of the country, so that comes to be very, very low. So the consequence is the majority of the poor people are in our country. So we are amongst the poorest countries of the world as per the UNO norms. Then low rate of growth. The rate of growth of GDP is very, very less in our country as compared to so many other countries. Yes, it is only 5%. No, during the period of planning, the growth rate was 5%, but now owing to nearly 2% growth in growth rate of population, the per capita income has come down to only 3%. It's only 3%. Yes. I hope everybody is clear about this, because it is not simply GDP growth which would measure the growth of the country. If the population is also increasing at the same pace, it is 2%, it's very high. Every year 2% increase in the population is there. It means what? If you calculate the per capita income is the GDP of the country upon the population. So that doesn't come more than around 3%, which is very, very less. 3% increase in the income of a person every year.